Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are going to break down UFC 318, headlined by Dustin Poirier taking on Max Holloway, the trilogy for the BMF belt. It's also Dustin's retirement fight. A lot of fights on this card. Let's get right into it. First fight of the night, we got Carly Judice, 4-2, taking on Nicole Cagliari, 8-3. Straight up, it's a striker versus grappler fight. Carly Judice is a pretty active striker, pretty decent volume, susceptible to getting taken down at 4-2. I mean, that's how she loses. She can be grinded out, and Nicole Cagliari absolutely can. I mean, she can't strike, so she's going to be trying to grind her out. I think it's a fairly close fight. I'll lean with the striker and Carly Judice, but I think the odds are a little bit wide. Cagliari definitely does have a path to victory here, but I'll take the striker to win by decision. Kind of a low level fight. What do you think?
That's a little fight, and yeah, the odds are wide, but Judas showed pretty good takedown defense lately, and she's always shown very good volume. And Cagliari striking, I think, is on a very low tier compared to Judas. Actually, her striking looked real good against that girl last time, and I thought Carly Judas would have a problem with her, and she didn't. And her power looked good, her volume looked good, and I think she's got this one. If she can K off the ground, she's going to double this girl up.
All right, next fight of the night, middleweight division. We got Bruno Ferreira, 13-2, taking on debuting Jackson Mcvey, 6-0. Mcvey was supposed to fight Cedric Dumas. Fight never happened. Now he gets Bruno Ferreira. Seems like a pretty big step up in competition. Ferreira obviously hits like a truck, short, stocky, powerful, ball of fucking power, really. I mean, that's basically how you describe the guy. He's Brazilian too, so there's no way he's going to be some terrible grappler that McVay is just going to tap out. So I don't like the matchup for McVay. The only thing he has going for him is he's super tall. So you got 6'4" versus 5'10". So I mean, if he can somehow stay out of the fucking the pocket here and not get clocked by Bruno and somehow jab his way to victory or like wrap up a fucking guillotine with these long ass arms, but I don't see that happening. So I got to pick Bruno Ferrero, more experienced, and just got to think that this is a tough matchup for McVay here. What do you think?
I'm actually on the fence about this one. It's kind of weird because, man, I don't like picking debut fighters, but I just don't feel like Bruno Ferreira is that good. And but his power is that good, but like there's a lot of comeback victories if you ever look at it for Ferreira. It's always fights like was that Stolfus? He was getting controlled until he got him down and pounded him out. Even that fight where he tapped him out in that last fight. I can't remember who it was. We even picked him. But I know he tapped him out via armbar. He too was getting controlled in that fight too, but in the striking realm. So I mean, Jackson's got a lot of intangibles working for him here. He's tall, he's lanky, he goes for it and doesn't stand back. The only thing is, I think he might get clocked on his way in. So I'm scared of this fight. I'm picking Bruno Ferreira, but like at the end of the day, like I
You're not betting those odds.
I'm betting these odds, and if I was to honestly bet this fight, like I think McBay has a very decent chance of finishing Ferreira as well too. But I just can't pick a debuting fighter. But I'm staying the hell away from this fight.
All right, next fight of the night, heavyweight division. Ryan Spann jumping up in weight, 22-11, and he's taking on Lucas Brzeski, 9-6-1. See, this is the kind of fight that I'd stay the hell away from because I don't trust either of these guys whatsoever. A lot of people love Ryan Superman Spann. Oh, he hits hard, yada yada yada. Dude, I don't know, man. I think he's chinny. I think he's unreliable. I mean, they're both chinny, but I don't know. All I'm saying is I could see an upset here. I have zero confidence in either of these guys. I almost want to take Lucas Brzeski. I'm not going to. I'll take Spann, but like, I don't know, man. I am not big on Ryan Spann. I don't trust him whatsoever. Stay away is all I would say. What do you think?
I think Span's cardio sucks.
Yeah.
I think Lucas Bresky sucks as an actual fighter. I think Span actually probably has him outskilled in this particular fight. We both called that Waldo fight. We said he wouldn't get taken down. We said he was outskilled. But Bresky himself can get taken down, and that's where Span should be able to win this fight. I think he can take him down. I think he can pound him out. I think he is the better fighter in this particular fight. I think Lucas Bresky will be cut after this. This is Ryan Span by inside the distance somehow because this damn well is not going 3 rounds. And if it does go 3 rounds, anyone who bet Lucas Brzeski has a hell of a good chance in that because he's the only guy that gave Walter Walker a loss, and that's because he made that fight long, right? So but Spann hits fucking harder than Walter Walker, and maybe he's not as good, but I think he's got him outskilled in this particular fight.
All right, next fight of the night, 205 division. We got Jimmy Crute, 12-4-2, taking on Marcin Prachnio, 17-8. I mean, I don't think either of these guys belong in the UFC, to be honest. Like, I think Jimmy Crute has proven to be nowhere near as good as people pegged him to be years ago. And Marcin Prachnio, like, fuck, like, I don't know. What is this guy? Just an awkward ass striker, like, very low volume, nothing to like, really. Um, Obviously, if Jimmy Crute can get his grappling going, he's a grappler. If he can get him down, get the grappling going, he's got a big advantage on the ground. He can win the fight. But I don't know. Jimmy Crute just hasn't shown anything in years to me. I mean, I haven't seen him look good in forever. So I shockingly kind of want to pick Prachnio, as dumb as that sounds. And Prachnio sucks. Like, the guy just throws leg kicks and doesn't really do anything. If he had any kind of power, I would pick him to catch Jimmy Crute and possibly put him down. Because he doesn't have power, this is kind of like a tailor-made matchup for Crute because Crute's susceptible. Like, Crute's chinny, but he shouldn't be getting knocked out here. So this should be Jimmy Crute's fight to lose. Like, this, it should be, he should win this fight. Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words here, but I don't know. Fuck it. I'm taking Prachnio anyways. I think Jimmy Crute stinks. I think they both stink. Give me Prachnio. And I don't think either belong in the UFC. What do you think?
It's funny, we haven't talked about this card all week. We've both been super, super busy, and minus 300 on Jimmy Crute, who hasn't won a fight, and he has a couple draws in the last five fights. Cardio stinks, always falls off a cliff. I think the striking is sloppy. I think he's not. I think actually Marcin Pragnow has probably more technical striking, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, if Crute doesn't tap him on the first round, I don't think he can win the fight. And yeah, that's it, man. Like Modestus won that fight against Prachnio, and he was getting owned. But that's because Modestus has a decent cardio and a decent tank, and you know what? He showed out to have a decent IQ. Buddy, if you go back and watch those sloppy ass Menafield versus freaking Jimmy Crute fights, it's sloppy as hell. Jimmy Crute, if he was anything of a fighter, would have finished Menafield in both of those fights, but he's not. And I don't think I can trust him. And at plus minus 300, plus 240. And Marcin Prachnio was pegged as very chinny earlier on in his career. And you know what? Honestly, he hasn't been knocked out in a very, very long time. And I don't think Jimmy Crute's got the striking to knock him out. So yeah, man, I'm on you with this Marcin Prachnio train. And folks,
I'm
we didn't
surprised.
talk all week.
Oh, we haven't talked at all.
We've been busy as hell, both of us. And it's funny that this is the both it's the way we see it. I see it the same way, bro.
All right. Next fight of the night, welterweight division. We got Adam Fugitt, 10-4, taking on debuting Islam Dulatov, 11-1. I think Islam's gonna put Adam out. I mean, I know Adam's a pretty good striker, but he can get caught. He's been put down himself. I think Dulatov's a stronger, more explosive guy. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's just simple as that. I think Dulatov's going to catch him and put him down. I think he's just going to be the harder hitting striker. I'm looking forward to this fight. I think it's going to be they're going to both go for it, and I don't think it's going to last very long. One of them's going to go down, and I think it's going to be Fugitt that goes down. What do you think?
Dulatov is one of those odds that look like he has a well-rounded game. Like I said earlier in this thing, I don't like picking debuting fighters, but he's kind of Russian sort of guy. As debuting is it's a little bit of a different tier of debut because they come by with a better resume most times, and from everything I've seen in his resume, yeah, he looks very dominant, and Fugitt is very susceptible to being put out. He's also susceptible to being taken down. And this guy's got a well-rounded game, and I think he'll show. Yeah, Fugitt just he doesn't have the resume or the grit. I think in the past to take out a guy like Dulatov coming in. So give me Dulatov. Odds are wide, but whatever.
All right, next fight of the night, middleweight division. We got Atiba Gauthier, 7-1, taking on Robert Valentine, 10-5. Valentine won some fans last fight because Finney, that big wrestling phenom, was just boring as fuck, holding him against the fence the whole goddamn fight. And Valentine did good by surviving and getting back to his feet. But really, what did he really do though? He didn't really do anything. He just kept getting up and getting held along the fence. So I think people are going to say, "Oh, he's a pretty tough guy," and you know what? I'm sure he is a pretty tough guy, but Torres Finney didn't strike at all, and even then, like he still had his way with him. Like I think Atiba Gauthier is going to hit way too hard. I think Robert Valentin's going to walk into something and just get rocked. I mean, if he can survive and take it late, I mean these guys with this much muscle like Gauthier, maybe he gasses out. But I just think he's going to put Valentine out. I think he's going to catch him. He's going to finish him. Give me Gauthier by being too explosive and not being someone who's going to try to hold Valentine against the fence. He's going to try to take his head off. What do you think?
Yeah, he won't hold him. He won't hold him. The guy Medina had a decent fight with him, but Gauthier just showed that he was well rounded. If you go back and look at his Dana White Contender Series fight, he did get taken down. He got picked up. He got back up, sorry, and he still threw 48 strikes in two. He got into the second round, and the power came through in the second round of that fight. So the power is going through to the second round. I'm assuming that he's not a death gasser or anything like that. He looked very good in that fight in the second round, and honestly, I don't think this is going to the second round, to be quite honest with you. Um, Valentin on the feet, yeah, he looks like he's a sort of volume-based striker, but like as tired as Finney was, and as a better of a striker as Valentin was in those spots, he still can put that guy down. And I don't rate Torrance Finney as like anything crazy, chin wise or even striking wise. And man, Atiba's gonna come back with a counter. Atiba's gonna come back with a lot more. I know he's only got two UFC fights, but like. I just don't think he can handle what Atiba has coming through. You got to be a good grappler, I think, with the striking to beat Atiba, and I think Valentin's just beat. I don't like the odds. I don't like the odds, but I can't see Atiba losing the fight.
All right. Next fight of the night, welterweight division. We got Francisco Prado moving up 12 and 3, and he is taking on Nikolai Veretenikov, 12 and 6. I mean, Prado has more things in his favor, I think. I mean, he's got the better level of competition, UFC experience, and probably the better durability. The only thing he's giving up here is some size. I don't really know why he's moving up. I mean, he's not like some giant lightweight. I mean, he's strong, he's thick, but 5'10", it's not, it's not really a welterweight height. I don't know. Veretenikov 6-1. He's a pretty decent fighter, but I don't think if it becomes a dog fight, I don't think he's going to be as durable as Prado. It's an interesting fight because I honestly came into this wanting to pick Veretenikov. I'm not big on Prado. I'm not, but just every little thing just seems to slightly favor him. Like I said, the durability, the experience, the level of competition. For that reason, I'm going to take Prado. I don't like him moving up to the welterweight division, though. I don't think that's the right move long term. But I think he can edge this one out. What do you think?
I think so too. I think he's just a little bit more gritty. Um, Veretenikov had no answer for Austin Vanderford in that last fight. Like zero answer on the ground. Like he was just getting taken down and held down, and he was getting mad, getting held down. And I think Prado can. I'm not saying that he needs to use the takedowns in this fight, but I think they're at his disposal in this fight. Veretenikov isn't like your normal sort of. He doesn't. He's more of a striker sort of guy. He doesn't really use the grappling, and I don't know, man. I honestly think that who'd probably lost to Zellhuber and Jake Matthews in his last two fights. I mean, and Veretenikov did have to fight Michael Morales, Danny Barlow, and Austin Vanderford. Barlow sure shown to be like a really little bit of a flash in the pan. Vanderford has a good ground game, and Morales is a killer, right? But Jake Matthews and Zellhuber, they shown to be pretty good fighters, and Prado show good durability against those kind of strikers. So I don't think anything that's coming from Veretenikov is going to be anywhere close to the striking ability of what he's seen already. So I think Prado's got more in the bag. I think he can use the ground game. I think the grappling has, the edge is way bigger on his side. So I'm gonna go with Prado, and I like the odds at -162. But I think he might be a little outside, so he might have to use that grappling.
All right, next fight of the night, we got middleweight division, Marvin Vettori, 19-7-1, taking on Brendan Allen, 24-7. Tough fight to call. I mean, these are two guys, I don't really like either of them, to be honest. I find Vettori incredibly boring. He's definitely a point fighter. If you're on Vettori, take him by decision. Vettori is a march forward, I guess, boxer, likes to maybe get you against the cage, get you down, and then maybe work some ground and pound. But he ain't finishing anybody. He's incredibly durable, though. He's got that Homer Simpson head that, you punch him, he's got no brains to scramble. Then you got Brendan Allen. Um, I'd say mostly known for grappling, I guess, submission grappling, but he's also a long rangey guy. He likes to throw kicks, mix it up on the feet. I don't know if Vettori will be able to march him down, get him against the fence, take him down, and grind out rounds. It's possible he can, but if he can't and it just stays on the feet, I'm not sure how it plays out. Like I think Vettori with the kicks and just I think maybe a little bit more volume. I think he can outpoint Marvin Vettori. So I don't know. Ultimately, I think it comes down to if you think Vettori gets the takedowns or not. Um, I'm gonna take Brendan Allen. I think a lot of people are on Vettori. I'm gonna take Brendan Allen by decision because Marvin Vettori is very fucking hard to finish. So give me Allen by decision. What do you think?
I think it's Allen by decision personally as well. Allen's not a big power guy. Allen's not a big volume guy. He likes to work in the takedowns. But if you look at that fight against Chris Curtis a few fights ago, when pushed to throw volume, Brendan Allen can throw volume. In this fight, he's going to have to throw volume because Meathead's going to come at him, and he's going to have to throw volume back. Honestly, I think this could look a lot like the Cannonier versus Marvin Vettori fight. If Brendan Allen is able to work in takedowns and keep up the volume, and the only issue I have with Brendan Allen is when it gets down to like round 4 and 5, he visibly sort of kind of
Like
tires
three round fight though.
the 3 round fight. So yeah, I'm so used to him getting in these main events. So yeah, 3 round fight. I kind of even like Brendan Allen more in this fight, just because I think he is a good striker, probably the better technical striker. He'll come back with the better shots. And I think he can work in a takedown here and there. He's not going to hold down Vettori. No one's really been able to hold down Vettori, but if he can mix up his shots in there, yeah, he's got the grappling edge as well. Vittori's just got this meathead heart that he goes by. A lot of people thinks he's just going to outwork Brendan Allen, but those those Brendan Allen fights he's lost the last 2 fights to top tier freaking fighters in the division. Imavov and who was it? The last one? Jesus Christ! It was a great fight.
I think
Oh,
Eva Boss was the last one, wasn't it?
Imavov, Anthony Hernandez.
Oh, Fluffy. Yeah,
Fluffy, but Fluffy outduels a
yeah.
lot of guys, right? Like, just his pressure is unmatched. It's a different kind of pressure than Vittori throws, though, because Fluffy's just like all over you on the grind. And Vittori's not going to pull that shit, I don't think.
Vettori hasn't looked good in a lot of fights, actually, to be honest. He's looked like shit his last few fights. I think he's kind of he's definitely on the decline.
He's a little bit on the decline, especially and another thing, like getting outstruck by a guy that me and you call low volume and Roman Dolidze there. That was a big deal. I know that was a 5 round fight, but still, at no point did Roman Dolidze he was outstriking pretty soundly in that fight, right? So I think Brendan Allen, I think he's the better fighter. I think he's the more well-rounded fighter. I don't like the odds though, but if you're gonna pick him by decision.
100% by decision. Next fight of the night, last prelim of the night. We got Kyler Phillips, 12-3, taking on Vinicius Oliveira, 22-3. This is a fun fight. The whole world seems to be on Oliveira, and I don't know. I mean, Phillips has fought the better guys, I feel like. Um, Interesting fight. I'm not a big fan of Phillips, and I just don't 100% trust Oliveira. I hope Oliveira knocks Phillips out. Truth be told, I am rooting for Oliveira. I hope everybody is right and that he's this killer and he's going to kill Kyler Phillips. I just not 100% confident on it. I'm rooting for it. I'll pick Oliveira, but I think Phillips has fought the better guys. Until I see Oliveira fight the next level of competition, I'm not going to have huge confidence in this guy. But I know that he is a finisher. I know he's got the cool jumping knees and all that shit. Kyler Phillips is pretty unorthodox himself. Phillips is also known to gas though too, so I'm gonna go with Oliveira. I don't. It's not a big confident pick for me. What do you think?
I'm still on the fence on this fight. Like it's like I think Phillips has got the wrestling edge here. I think he's got I don't think he might not have the ground game like grappling edge, but I don't think he needs it if he's on top. Striking wise, I know Vinicius is a long, lanky sort of striker, but Phillips is the same guy that beat Song Yadong, right, in a striking match. He's technical as hell too, right? So, and yeah, I feel like the gassing problem is kind of behind him. Um, and even in that fight, he lost to Rob Font, his last fight. He didn't look terrible in that fight either, right? He still got the four takedowns. Rob looked a little cleaner on feet. And yeah, Vinicius says he's moved up. He hasn't been knocking. He knocked out Sopai, but you got to remember that Sopai was on a couple of weeks' notice. Everybody else he's taken to decision. Mind you, he looked pretty damn good. So I don't know what to like. This is the test. This is a real test. Like Kyler Phillips is actually a very good fighter, and they're both young, and they're both dynamic in their own different way. And yeah, I'm on the fence here, totally, totally on the fence. I wanna. I'm on the fence. Like, okay, fuck it. I'm gonna pick Kyler Phillips. I'm gonna take a shot on Kyler Phillips. I'm gonna think he's gonna move that ground game, and it's a 3 round fight, right? So, and he has beaten the better guy. He beat Song Yadong. How would I don't know how Vinicius would go up against a Song Yadong at this point in his career as well. So, I mean, and before that lost to Font, there was 3 wins in a row against 3 quality guys like Barcelos and stuff. Like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna pick Phillips. I'm taking Phillips.
All right, guys, moving on to the main card. If you haven't already, please like, please subscribe. We do appreciate it. First fight of the main card, lightweight division. Kind of a strange main card fight here, actually, to be honest. But we got Michael Johnson, fan favorite from the Ultimate Fighter House, 23 and 19, and he's taking on Daniel Zellhuber, 15 and 2. Seems like a mismatch. Seems like Zellhuber should have him covered everywhere. Should finish Michael Johnson, to be honest. But Michael Johnson just keeps fucking coming back and keeps getting wins. He just I don't maybe he's getting better in old age. I don't know. So there's a world where he can catch Daniel Zellhuber and spark him and put fucking put him on like Bambi long legs, whatever, fucking put him on ice, whatever. But you got to think that that's his only chance. His only chance is a Hail Mary. So Daniel Zellhuber is the more technical, better fighter. So I got to take Daniel Zellhuber. What do you think?
Yeah, man. That fight against Ribovics was pretty damn good in his last fight, and
Sick.
yeah. He's got a 94% takedown defense, so I don't think Michael Johnson's little bit of wrestling that he tries to do is going to work here. So you're getting a long, lanky striker that was up against another long, lanky striker. Two of the best, I think. Ribovics versus Zellhuber was one of the better fights I've seen in a long time. Zellhuber looked pretty good before that. You know, he beat Prado, he beat Giagos, he should have Venata. These aren't crazy guys. You got to come out with like a Trey Ogden sort of game plan, and that's how you beat him. But I don't think Michael Johnson's like that. His IQ is some of the dumbest shit I've seen in all of USC sometimes, man. Like I bet on him a lot, and there's a couple times I remember like that Thiago Moises fight when he had him in like he just killed him in the first round, then gets heel hooked. Like, I don't think that happens here. I just think he's just gonna get outstruck. I think he's gonna outstruck, and odds are wide. But I'm going with the youth, the strength, and the power.
I actually think you got to finish here.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, next fight of the night, we got Dan Ige, 19 and 9, coming off a huge win over Sean Woodson as the underdog, and he's taking on Patricio Pitbull, 36 and 8, coming off the loss in his debut to Yair Rodriguez. Unfortunately for Pitbull, I've never been big on him. I don't like his volume. I don't think grappling's maybe that's his only path to victory here is if he can get the grappling going, but I don't really I don't know. Is Dan Ige going to get held down? I feel like he has been a few times in the past, but I just don't really think it's going to happen. I got to pick Dan Ige here. Uh, Pitbull just came over too late. I just don't think he has much to offer the UFC. I know he's a legend in his own right, had some great fights back in the day, but I just don't think he's on that level. And yeah, give me Dan Ige, probably decision most likely. But yeah, give me Dan. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he came over too late. He looked real gun shy in that Yair Rodriguez fight, right? So, I mean, Dan doesn't throw up a ton of volume, and the guys that he's been held down by were like Leron Murphy, who's a lot bigger than both of these guys, and
Didn't
Bryce
Zombie do it to him back in the day?
back in the day. But it's not. It's been like lately. I mean, like the last 5 fights, it was Leron Murphy and then Bryce Mitchell, right? Like every other time, like no one's been able to pull it off. I don't think Pitbull has that in him anymore. Um, yeah, I it's too late. Like the gun shyness, I rewatched that Yair fight. He didn't want to throw, and if he's not going to throw, like I wasn't totally on board with that Ige like owning Woodson in that fight either. Like he wasn't owning him. I rewatched that one too. Like
No, no, God, no. I thought he was
he was
losing.
throwing the better shots. He was countering better. It just looked visibly better, and I think the stoppage was still early, personally. But whatever.
Was early, yeah, for sure.
Anyway, I think he's just going to be a little bit better here. I think over 2.5 is probably the best way to go. No one's going to get this finished, and yeah, man, Ige just slightly better with slightly better striking, and I wish Pitbull came over 10 years ago.
All right, next fight of the night, we've got the featured fight. We got Kevin Holland, 28-13, taking on D-Rod Daniel Rodriguez, 19-5. To me, this is the easiest fight on the card to predict. I am definitely going to be betting Kevin Holland by finish. Listen, Kevin Holland is not a reliable bet. I mean, he's not, and I don't love him at like minus 300 or whatever the hell he's sitting at. You never want to pick him as a favorite, but Kevin Holland is always susceptible to get finished by a grappler. Anybody who's going to take him down, anybody that can maybe submit him, any of that kind of shit. Daniel Rodriguez is not going to shoot any takedowns. It would not work well for him. He would get tapped. If he takes him down, he'll get tapped out, but he's not even going to take him down. He's going to stand and he's either going to get dropped by a faster, crisper striker, or he'll get choked out. It's going to be one of two ways. But Kevin Holland is going to finish him, and I think it's first round, second round latest. I will be on Kevin Holland inside the distance. What do you think?
I'm on Kevin Holland inside the distance too. It's minus 140. It's a good line compared to his minus 450 that he has there. He's the longer striker. He's the more powerful striker. I don't think he's the more volume in this fight, but I don't think volume actually pays any dividends in this fight because I think it's a Kevin Holland finish. Honestly, I think it's Kevin Holland by knockout at plus 187 that I like the most. You say D-Rod's chinny, and he is against susceptible to powerful strikers like the long, lanky guys like the Ian Machado Garys and stuff like that, right? So that's where he gets knocked around. And I can put Kevin Holland in that long, lanky striker, sort of Ian Machado Gary prototype body type. Maybe not the same sort of striker.
Holland hits harder than him, man.
Yeah, Holland, but like, yeah, man, I don't give a shit. I think it's Kevin Holland by knockout. I don't like if it was nobody gets knocked out and there's volume only, and then maybe D-Rod, right? Because he does throw out a lot, but fuck, man, Kevin looked pretty good against
Okay.
Luke in that last fight, man. And Luke tried to take him down, he pushed him down. Like, you know what? He'll slap on that choke, like you said, if this guy tries to come in on anything stupid. So yeah,
I'm
Kevin Holland
actually I'm shocked you said it's minus 40 one inside the distance. I'll bankroll that bet.
minus 140, yeah, inside the
I'll bankroll that bet. He's finishing this fight.
yeah, for sure.
All right, co-main event of the evening. We got Paulo Costa. Hopefully he fucking makes it to the octagon. 14-4, taking on Roman Kopylov, whatever, 14-3. Kopylov, hell of a striker. Hell of a striker. He was well on his way to beating Fluffy until he got taken down, then he got tapped out. Now, is it possible Paulo Costa can do that to him? It's possible, but come on, Paulo Costa's been way too inactive. When have we really seen him use any grappling other than maybe Luke Rockhold, who like wants a grappling match? Like I don't know. I think this plays out mostly on the feet. I think Roman Kopylov is more than a step above. Costa's a tough guy, so there's a very real chance it's a decision. But either way, I'm on Kopylov. Yeah, Costa just been away way too long. Give me Kopylov. What do you think?
I got Kopylov here. I think he's a longer, leaner, faster striker. Probably gonna hit him with more shots. Couple red flags on both guys. Kopylov does kind of visibly slow down in the third round. And Paulo Costa, you don't like it's so hard. You can't bet on this guy. You don't know what version is going to show up. That version against Sean Strickland, he looked okay. He threw up a good amount of strikes. Um, but he's always just a step behind, and I think he's just going to be a step behind here. I honestly think he's going to take Kopylov for granted. He's not going to train. He's going to be like, who is this guy? I fought way better guys in my lifetime. He's that type of fighter, right? Like that's the type of mindset that Paulo Costa goes into these fights with. I haven't seen anything great from him. He's not very active. I don't like the minus 250 on Kopylov. I'm also not sure that he finishes him, so it's a tough fight. So I'm not confident, but I am taking Kopylov to win this fight.
All right, that takes us to our main event of the evening for the UFC BMF belt. We got fan favorites here. This is a legends fight. There's zero relevancy to the division, in my opinion. I don't think either guy are going to be a top contender with a win here or anything like that. Either way, you got Max Holloway, fan favorite, 26-8, volume striker, hard to take down, good underrated grappling, to be honest. None of that's going to matter. This is going to be a stand-up fight. He's taking on Dustin Poirier, 30-9. At this point in his career, a heavy hitting boxer. He doesn't really use the kicks. He is a boxer. He likes to jump the guillotine. I don't think he's going to be shooting takedowns. I think they're going to strike it out for 95% of this fight. If they need a little break because if somebody's getting rocked, you might see them clinch along the fence or something like that. But I don't think you're going to see any true takedowns with a long period of grappling or anything like that. Tough fight to predict. Obviously, Holloway, the rangier, longer striker. I would say he's the more durable guy for sure too. But Poirier, I think, actually has probably the crisper hand. I don't know. He definitely the harder hitting. He's got the power. He's definitely got the power advantage. He's got the first two fights in the books. He's already won twice. This is the trilogy. It's funny that Holloway is the favorite. I am rooting for Max Holloway. I love Max. I just don't know how different this is going to be than the second fight. Like that second fight, they stood toe to toe the whole time, nothing but hands. And Dustin was just the harder hitter. I think he's better in the phone book, like in tight space. He's the better phone booth fighter, or however the hell you want to say it, whatever. I think he's better in the pocket. I think Dustin Poirier is better in the pocket. There's a world where Holloway jabs him to death from the outside, but at some point, they're going to get in that pocket. And, fuck, I find myself leaning Dustin, even though I'm rooting for Max. What before I say my pick, what are you thinking here?
I think Holloway hits the harder. I mean, it's not harder. Sorry, Poirier hits harder. Holloway. Poirier always finds a way to get inside. He's not gonna let Max jab him up from the outside. He's always gonna try to get into a phone booth. Um, well, Max will do his movement and his head movement and do that Max kind of thing. But Dustin doesn't give a shit. So the reason why is I feel like he doesn't give a shit because he knows Max is not throwing that Gaethje power back at him, right? So he can eat that kind of shit. We know that Poirier has a chin. Um, he said it in all the interviews. I know I don't like picking guys on a retirement fight, but he's only retiring because he feels like he has nothing else to prove. He thinks he can fight for years and years still, and he could probably be good and beat guys in years and years and years still, but he has nothing to prove. So why not go out against one of the best? And he has two fights on him. First fight was a triangle. Second fight, he went toe to toe with him, like you said. They pretty much was, I think it was like 175, 180 or something. But Dustin threw the harder strikes. Dustin throws the harder strikes, and it's just that's just going to be the way it is. I think they're going to get into a phone booth, and Dustin will come out on top. Um, Max has got the durability, so. I still think Dustin wins. I still think Dustin wins. Plus 110 is what the bet is. What I really like is Dustin by decision is plus 300. I really think that could happen. I bet Gaethje gets Fiziev decision plus 300. Two hard hitters. These guys, same thing. I think it's going to go the same way. I think it's going to be some sort of like crazy scramble in the fifth round sort of thing. But yeah, Dustin wins this fight, I think, by decision. How can I go against a guy he hasn't really lost much. Since then he's fought the top of the top guys just like Holloway, right? Aside from Holloway getting outed by Topuria. Other than that, yeah, man. Dustin, I like Dustin in this fight.
Not going to say I'm super confident at all. And I absolutely love Max Holloway, and he's the one who's going to continue to fight. So I am rooting for Max Holloway, but I agree with what you said, and it's basically exactly what I said too. I think Dustin's going to find his way into that phone booth. He's going to be the harder hitter. He's going to score more damage. The numbers might be close, but their faces are going to look a little different, I think. So there you have it. We both got Dustin Poirier. Not the greatest card, but not a terrible card. Like I said, there might not be relevancy in this fight, but it is a fun fucking fight. They're legends. They deserve the spotlight, so I will look forward to it. And hopefully we can get another episode out in a day or two with bets. If not, check the comment section, but we're going to do our best to get another one out for you guys. All right, have a good one. We'll talk soon.